Honey, where are my pants?
Studs.
You're making up for the last 4 months.
Studs.
That's still probably not the amount of podcasts we've missed.
No, 4 months divided by 4, 16 podcasts.
4 divided by 4 is not 16.
4 months, 4 weeks in 1 month. So 16 weeks, 16 podcasts.
I get what you're saying now. Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Where Are My Studs podcast. Hello.
Hi.
We haven't recorded in a hot minute, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. You'd be correct.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, not much. How about you?
You know what's funny is I don't think we actually have talked basically at all besides the wedding since we recorded.
So for context, the last time I think me and Brendan called was end of July, which is when we recorded the Lego Conventions podcast, which is the last one that we went ahead and made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last time that we called, but since then we've gone to a convention together and we went to actually a wedding for one of our friends in the community since then. But those have been the only 2 times that we've actually we've texted.
Yeah, we texted a bunch, but
I really don't know what's been going on with you in the last 4 months, so I guess we could just talk about that to start. So any big news, any big fun things?
Oh man, what have I been up to? I don't know. Making videos, making Lego YouTube content.
That's true.
It's true. Yeah, that's.
You've been popping off.
I don't know if I'd say I've been popping off, but I uploaded 2 videos I think since we. Had I uploaded the second Indiana Jones episode since we last recorded?
No, because I think that came out while I was in my first or second week back at school. Here, I'm pulling up your channel right now.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So I got it. So I've uploaded at least I think about 1, 2, 3, 4 new videos, which is a lot for me. In the past 4 months.
Oh, you changed your name. That's kind of like a big deal. We could talk about that. You want to dive into the?
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed about it.
You are?
No, I don't know. So obviously my old username was Jedi Bob, and it was fantastic, and I enjoyed having the username. And then Lego had to decide to insert themselves into the meme and make Jedi Bob relevant again. So I felt, if you searched up Jedi Bob on the YouTube search engine, my channel was not something that came up for a very long time. And as a YouTuber wanting to grow, I thought a name change was useful before, I'm not saying I'm gonna grow bigger, but if I do grow any bigger, it's better to get it out of the way now. So I changed my name to Chatterblocks because people say I'm a chatterbox. Blocks, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this all of summer about you changing your name. And I was very surprised when you finally did it because you didn't even tell me everything. I just pulled it up. I was like, oh, who is this? And I was like, wait a minute, this is Brendan's channel. Because you also changed the profile picture to Indiana Jones.
I thought that was fitting.
Which is fitting. Yeah, I think that's fitting.
But
honestly, I think it would have been less of a shock and a more gradual transition if you would have kept it as Jedi Bob for the profile picture.
I did keep it as Jedi Bob for maybe a month. I kept it as Jedi Bob.
Oh, okay.
But right before I uploaded my 2 new videos, I knew. So actually, the moment I changed it was the minute I uploaded my Indiana Jones retrospective part 2. I changed it because I knew that video was going to do, well within the confines of a small Lego YouTuber. I knew it was going to get above 2K probably. So I knew the time was right because if I changed it and uploaded a nothing video, then I think you get my reasoning. But anyways, yeah, so I uploaded the Indie Retrospective 2, Year 2. I uploaded a Batwing review, which did horribly, even though I think it's a very good video. And then I uploaded the final episode of the retrospective of Indiana Jones. And all those took quite a long time to make. And that's really been what's up with me. I mean, obviously, I guess I have some real life stuff, but nothing major. Just kind of living life. I went to a wedding that you were at as well,
Yeah, that's true.
which was a really fun time.
That was. Yeah, some of our other friends were also there, so it was like us and like 4 or 5 other people.
Yeah.
I think.
I hit
From
4K.
the community.
I hit 4,000 subscribers.
That's true. That also did happen.
I got monetized, which I told you right before we recorded.
Mm-hmm. And how much have you made?
4
Do
cents.
you wanna
4
share that?
cents.
Yippee.
I am working my way up the ladder. I have channel memberships, which I don't expect anyone to do, but I opened them up just for fun.
Do you want to know something? Back to the Chatterblocks thing. There's another channel called Chatterblocks now.
What? Let me see
Yep.
this. Let me see.
And
There was
they have-
nobody with that name.
I just found this. Yep. They just started posting 3 weeks ago. They have 10 subscribers, and their videos come up before yours. Even though you have 4,000 subscribers, at least on my page, and I'm subbed to you. Yeah, it's these 2 girls. What the heck?
The
Yeah.
reason. That's so strange. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not changing my
'Cause-
name again.
No, I don't think you need to. But that's like so weird for the algorithm to show them first. when you're,
Sans
like, the much
Sans
more
said
popular
that
one.
YouTube pushes newer channels. Maybe that's it. I'm not too worried
That
about
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, but anyway, so the YouTube thing has been it's been my main focus. I've been enjoying it. What about you?
Well, as you know, I went back to school beginning of August, and that is the main
Boo.
reason why we have. Amen. That is the main reason we have not been able to record is because college is just crazy. So yeah, I've probably had the most academically challenging semester I've had yet. Like I have not been ever really stayed up till like 4 a.m. working on an assignment for 8 hours, but I've done that this year now, so I can cross that off the college bucket list. And then I also play club volleyball for my school, so that also takes up a lot of time. So that's like the main 2 things, and then friends as well. Like that's kind of an important part of life, especially at our age. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart actually. That's what I've been doing.
That's a college thing.
I'm very college. Me and my roommates like last week. I think we started playing at like I don't even know. Like this isn't even a crazy. Like there's people play more than this, but we started playing at like 9 o'clock and then stopped playing at like 2 a.m. And let's just say like I actually know maps now, like going into it, because we play on the Switch. Although I do still think that the Wii version is better. But
crazy.
or at least I have more fun at that. Like the Switch is honestly easier. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you have any takes on this, Brendan?
I mean, not really. I mean,
Oh, I also went out to California. That also happened.
you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because my brother goes to school out there now, so I went and visited him. We went to the Packers-Rams game, which was really cool, and then, kind of more in line with like geek and nerd fandom thing that would be more in line with this podcast is we went to Universal Studios.
Ooh.
Out in California. I thought it was cool. I think if you've been to either Disneyland or Disney World, or I haven't personally been to the one in Florida, but if you've been to any one of those and then you go to California, it's just not going to be as like insane, because it's definitely like a few tiers underneath each of those parks, because each of the rides uses some sort of simulator or screen, because like Disney uses them more now than they ever did. It's still a lot of practical effects and stuff, but like the Transformers ride at Universal, like you're literally just like on this I don't even know, like cart, and it's just flipping around and going from screen to screen to screen, and that's like all it is the entire time. Same with the Simpsons ride. Yet again, I don't really know what you do for that, just given a lot of the properties that they have. And then the Mario Kart ride is screens as well. Like literally every single ride uses screens.
I'm not a big screen guy. This is so off topic to Lego, but like I don't like theme parks like where most of their rides are just screens. I hate it.
It's just like my eyes just feel tired at the end of the day and stuff like that. Like even the water ride, which is Jurassic World now, that was actually pretty good. Like
that one has
think
animatronics.
that was one of the better ones. That has animatronics, but that even has screens for like when you go through the Mosasaurus part.
Yeah, but that's
they have
it,
it like
isn't it?
swimming around. Yeah, that's it. But even like, come to think of it, I actually cannot think of a ride that doesn't have screens besides like the little kiddie roller coaster
See, I don't.
at the Harry
I
Potter
don't
land.
mind a little bit of screens. I just don't like Mario Kart Simpsons level, even though I like the Simpsons ride. But like the Harry Potter
Yeah.
rides do it well, in my opinion.
Yeah, the one that they had there, because I know it's way more extensive at the Florida one. And going to this made me just want to go to the Florida one, honestly. Like, it had screens for like half the ride, but it actually integrated it very well, I think. And it wasn't like the entire ride, but like I still had fun. I think it's also like Disney is just the parks that I've gone to. So Universal was a big change in like, because Disney is all about like making it super immersive. Like you truly like when you go to Cars Land, you feel like you're in Cars Land. When you go to Galaxy's Edge, you feel like you're actually in Star Wars. I never really got that vibe at Universal, like anywhere I went. Save Mario Land. Mario Land's cool.
I think the Florida location's very different. I've been to the Florida location, and I would disagree with all of this. But I know the Hollywood location sucks compared.
Well, also the Hollywood one, what's really interesting about it is it has like two parts of the park, but you have to go between the two parts. You take 4 escalators down, like down and up, and each one takes at least like a minute to a minute and a half. And like there's bigger problems in this world, like it's whatever, but it's just like it doesn't feel as like dreamy and escapist as like Disney parks that I've been in was, because I also went to Disney World earlier in the summer, so that was like a big shift for me. And I don't think it's also like it's 230 I think we spent for it that day, because we did the like pass where you get to like go on each ride and skip the line once, because like we're only going to go for one day, so just make it worth it. And I don't really feel like we got the value that we've put in compared to like if we would have went to Disneyland, but I've been like 3 or 4 times already, so I was like, all right, let's try something new, and I'm glad I did. And I think I could see it trending upwards, because I think the Mario Land was like the new thing that they added recently, and that was cool. Like walking in, you ate in like one of the little mushroom houses, and like that was fun. And I got a Luigi burger, and I put like a mustache on it. It was like that was like the most fun themed part of the whole park. I also was just caffeine deprived like that entire day, so that might have also affected me. The studio tour is actually pretty cool though, like because they actually take you on actual studio lots that they're filming on, and that was actually really cool to see. So that was actually probably one of the better things. Although the Jaws ride, I was so sad about this. They like didn't have the shark in, and they didn't have any water in, because they were like refurbishing it. It's like the most iconic part of Universal.
Oh,
I
so
didn't
that
even
entire
get to get.
that entire like lot was empty, like the water part.
Yeah, but they still took us through it.
That's
They
cool.
still took us to it.
Did you get to see inside?
No, it's just what's the town in Jaws again?
Amity Island.
Yeah, it's just like the Amity Island dock. And then there's like I don't even know if it's the actual shark or anything that they used or actual town. It's just like a little setup, and then Jaws is supposed to pop out at you. As you
Yeah,
go
but
by.
I'm saying, was there any water in that area, or did they drain it?
No, it was just drained.
That's so
So
cool.
it like didn't even give off the vibe. I think it would have been cool if I like was my second time going and I already seen Jaws, or well, like I've seen the movie, but like if I already seen it popped out.
I had ridden the Jaws ride before when I was like 6, and it terrified the out of me. Oh, sorry, it terrified me. Because I thought as a kid that the shark was real, and I was like, oh god, I'm going to die.
I'm trying to think. There's a ride at Disney that had that like effect on me as a kid, but I don't remember what it was. No, I actually never have gone on that, and I'm actually really sad because I didn't even know it was still up at Florida, but apparently
they're taking it down.
Closing it down.
Do you know what they're replacing it with?
Actually, I don't.
Indiana Jones Land.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
At Animal Kingdom.
At least it's that. But I was literally there in beginning of June, and like I just got home and I was just scrolling through Instagram Reels, because like obviously your phone knows what you're doing, so it gave me like a ton of Disney content the next week. And then people were like, yeah, they're shutting down the dinosaur ride in the next few months. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I was just there. I could have gone. So I was like kind of sad about that. But basically, I would not recommend Universal California, like, going out of your way for it. I think if you're there and, like, just want to, like, you're already there and it's just, like, you need something to fill, like, half a day to a day, it could be a fun thing. But I think Disneyland and Disney World both blow it out of the water, even though Disney World, it's not really comparable, in my opinion. But I've never been to the one in Florida, and I'm really curious about the one in Florida now and want to go. Especially when they add How to Train Your Dragon Land. That's going to be cool.
So, I just thought of this, and I think it's interesting. So the last time we recorded was right before Brick Fair. And in that podcast, I'm sure we are more than excited for Brick Fair. It's all we could talk about for a while. So I think it's interesting the fact that we didn't record immediately after, but instead we're recording 4 months after that. What is your perspective on that convention now that we're 4 months removed? Like, what do you remember? How do you feel about it? Did you have a good time? Blah, 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 blah. Because I haven't honestly thought about it too much just because I've been busy. But, like, it's weird that we're so far removed from it in one sense. And it's all we could talk about for a while. So, like, how do you feel about Brick Fair 24?
So, I actually haven't talked to anybody about this, but, like, I had started to kind of feel this way at Atlanta BrickCon earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't really figured out, like, what I was feeling. It just felt different than other cons. But Virginia really solidified that it just feels so normal to go to a con now.
Me and you talked about
and
this,
it's
actually.
not this. We did? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
at
we
the
talked
convention,
about it in
actually.
Alabama. Oh, we did at the convention. Okay, I don't even remember that. But it just, like, felt normal being there. Like, it didn't feel like anything crazy. Like, it was just people I've seen for the last 5 years. Like, now I'm at the point where I've known my Lego friends way longer than, like, my normal friends, especially with school and only knowing those people 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, actually some of these people know me more deeply than, like, the people I'm with every day, which is a really weird feeling, actually, sometimes when you think about it. But yeah, it just felt normal. Like, it didn't feel like anything crazy. It didn't feel like I've also been to Virginia. Ooh, this is my fifth time now, I think, because I went 2019, 21, 22, 23, 24. No, this is my, holy cow, that was my 5th time. That's actually nuts. So, like, I've been around that area so much, like, it's not crazy or new to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was my biggest takeaway, was, like, cons just feel normal now. It's kind of like a sad feeling.
I agree.
And it makes it, I think, a little harder to pull the amount of money on the next con.
Yeah.
Going forward. Because, like, I always pitch it to myself as, like, oh, I'm spending, like, $500 or whatever. But it's, like, going to be awesome. It's going to be insane. But, like, honestly, I had the same amount of fun there as I did, like, when we were all at Alabama for the wedding. Like, I think it's really the people and less the Lego now. So if I go, and I think that's, like, kind of where our whole friend group is, like, kind of moving towards anyways, and, like, a lot of people we know, it's like, if I do go, it's going to be for the people 100%. Like, it's I mean, Ethan's been this way for the last, like, 3 years, so, like, this isn't anything groundbreaking, but, like, I don't know, I walked around the con and I took a picture of, like, 2 mocks. Like,
yeah.
I really, and, like, the yard sale, I wasn't, like, in love with anything. I bought 1 set, and I bought 2 sets. And that was mainly just to, like, get a set on the first day, because I bought, like, an old pirate set, because I had been looking into the theme, and I thought it was cool, and I found one for, like, $60 or something. And then I bought the Jungle Cutter for Indiana Jones, because I'm trying to complete all of the Indiana Jones sets. But, like, yard sale wasn't anything crazy. Honestly, okay, there's also, for context, I don't know if you even know that I did this. I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but I didn't leave Virginia right after the con like I was planning on.
I remember this, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the Saturday, or maybe it was Sunday it was a Sunday of Virginia. I fly Southwest, so it's super easy to change flights. And I have friends who live down in the Virginia Tech area who had just got married and moved down there. And they were going to try to come out to the con, and it just didn't work out. And then I jokingly was like, oh, maybe I'll come down to you guys. And then we're, like, joking about it. And then it actually, like, seemed like it could work. So the Sunday of the con, like, the last day of the con, I switched my flight to, like, the following Friday and extended my stay by, like, 5 days. And then I took a bus down, and I think it was, like, a 4-hour bus ride one way. I watched Hercules on the way down. It's kind of a vibe. And then played Call of Duty on my phone while listening to country music. Like, it was actually a really just fun experience, like the whole way. Like, that's actually one of the things I like about all these cons and like knowing people from this is I get a lot of fun travel opportunities that I really wouldn't otherwise. So I hung out with them for like 4 or 5 days, and that's what I really think of when I think of Virginia this year. Maybe because it was like the last thing I did. And then I think of just helping on the Empire Lug Fallen Kingdoms collab, like helping Francis build trees. Like, that's my biggest takeaway. That was actually a lot of fun. I don't know if Francis listens, but I had a great time doing that. That was so much fun. And then, like, the Empire Lug dinner was fun. It wasn't as insane as it was the year before because we've already done it before. So I feel like, I don't know, there's just no insane takeaways this year. Like, it was kind of just like the most average convention of all time for me, in all honesty. But I don't know, maybe you had a different experience with it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So I think you would agree with me that of course it was a good convention, and there's nothing like I didn't have a bad time. I still thoroughly enjoyed myself. But
it wasn't bad or anything.
I 1,000% agree with you that it was just very the normal. Going to conventions at this point is very normal. It's not new anymore, right?
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily negative. It's just a weird thing that happens when you've gone to like 5 years worth of conventions and like 8 conventions in that 5-year span. It just starts to feel normal. You're just like, oh, there's the same people I know. I'm gonna sit at this table, hang out, enjoy it, and
Room with the same people.
And I agree with you like 1,000% that like it's completely changed my perspective on like spending an insane amount of money to. Let me put it this way: if I miss a convention at this point, I don't nearly feel as sad as I probably would have before.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's like the biggest thing is like I don't want to miss Brick Fair, but if I did, I'm not gonna like fall over and die. I'd be like, dang, that's unfortunate. Time to move on with my life. And yeah, but Brick Fair was a good time. If you want to see me and Aidan hang out, there's a vlog. Channel members only.
That I haven't even seen. I haven't even seen the vlog.
Would you like to watch it after this? I can show it to you. It's not long.
Do I have to pay to watch it?
No, I'll just share my screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
But it was a good time.
Not that I won't support you, but
it's a good time. It was a good time, but it was everything I expected, which is a good thing. But there wasn't anything crazy that really happened. I had a good time. I met some new people that were fun. I saw some cool mocks. I bought some cool stuff, and I mean, yeah, that's the convention. Truth be told, I'm extremely excited for Atlanta BrickCon. But the reason I'm excited for that is also that just takes a lot less of effort from me, because I live only like an hour and a half away from the convention. So I still get to do the hotel and everything, but I don't have to fly and invest as much money into it. But yeah, it was a fun convention. Just kind of everything I expected. I really am at a point where I know what I'm going to get most of the time when going to these conventions. And that's a good thing, but also puts into perspective. It's like, I've done this for 5 years. Do I really want to invest $1,500 into going to Brick Fair again? I don't know. One thing I did different, though, this year is me and Ethan went to DC for a day, which was fun.
What'd you go see?
Oh, so
What'd you go see?
Me and Ethan went to the Natural History Museum, which was really good. We went to the, what is it called? Where they keep the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and all that. And is that all we did? We may have just done those two. We got something to eat. Ethan tried to pet a dog, and it barked at him. And we saw the Washington Monument. It was a good time. Not too crazy.
Was it hot? Because like that was like
yes.
One of the reasons I just like don't like going to DC around that time because it's like scorching.
It was very hot. And I got a little cranky, but it was all right. It was all in good fun.
I'm scrolling through and I have like no pictures from this convention.
I have
my camera roll.
Well, most of the pictures I got are from my vlog, but
That's true.
yeah, I don't know. I agree with you in the sense that Brick Fair, just nothing stands out as like something crazy that happened this convention, which is, again, I don't want to say that in a negative way because there was a lot of fun. It's just like nothing crazy happened. It was just a chill, good time.
And there's people who could have entirely different experiences than us that were there. Like, that's just, like, honestly, I don't even like remember meeting a new person too. Is the other thing. Like you said, you met new people. Like, I don't think I met anybody new.
You'll know who I met. Do you know Coconut Bricks, Ethan?
Oh yeah,
I met him and I talked to him a lot.
I talked to him like a little bit. I didn't talk to him a whole lot, but
real nice guy. Honestly, though, we were talking about the wedding. Dude, the wedding was fun. I remember stuff from the wedding.
I remember way more from the wedding.
The wedding was such a good time. It was so out of the blue for me because Caleb sent me. It was Caleb Blackwell Brooks' wedding. I don't think that's doxing him or anything. He's announced it.
No, he's posted pictures on his Lego account. So I don't think.
So yeah, it was me, you, Garrett, Lee and David, and Levi, right?
Yes, I think that was everyone.
And a lot of y'all got an Airbnb. Me and my girlfriend got a hotel not far away, and only there for like 2 days. But it was just a really fun time. It was just a good time to like catch up. It had a similar vibe to Atlanta BrickCon to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because it was actually everybody who was there was at Atlanta BrickCon, right? Because Levi,
except David.
Yep, David wasn't. That was the difference.
But it was.
But yeah, it felt very similar because it was pretty small.
It was just fun. I really don't have any other words to describe the wedding, but it was just a really fun time. We heard a lot of people say how much they like our podcast there.
That's true.
Didn't know we have so many fans.
I just remember watching a football game with Garrett at dinner and you getting mad at me about that. I remember that. It
was a good time.
You were like trying to talk to me about some like Lego thing, but I was locked in.
You were locked in.
For those of you who don't know, I'm a Packers fan, and the Packers played the opening game this season. So it was the second game, not the opening game, but I was locked in, and then the quarterback got hurt towards the end of the game, and I was devastated the rest of the night.
You were. That's true.
Yep.
I remember that.
And then it turned out fine. He came back in like 4 weeks, but I thought he was out for the season. I was like, no, because I've been looking forward to this season like a lot, and then it was just gone. And then, I still think that's the saddest I've been this whole year.
I completely, since Caleb told me pretty last minute, I ended up just calling out of work to go. I just lied and said I had COVID.
So for me, I at my school I'm a preview host, which I think I've explained this to you, but I basically like all the high schoolers that come and tour my college, like that stay overnight, like they need a dorm to stay in, and then like one of the jobs on campus you can take is like being the person whose dorm they stay in, and then you hang out with them for the night, take them to dinner, take them to an event. So I had that the night before the wedding. When I had to fly out. So I flew out like really early Friday morning after that, and I was just exhausted because I had been up with them, and I had ran off caffeine that entire weekend. Oh, I totally forgot. Coming back from the wedding, I missed one of my flights.
Yeah, you did.
This is like, I think it's the most bad I've been in the past like 6 months. So me and Garrett, live in completely separate sides of the country, but we had the same first flight to our connecting flight, and then we're at the Alabama airport because we're flying into the Atlanta airport, and our flight gets pushed back by like an hour, and then which means that actually no, I think it's like an hour and a half because he had like a 2-hour window to make the flight, and I had like an hour and 20 minutes in between flights. So we get onto the flight. I'm just nervous the entire time. Also, I think the total flight time from Atlanta to or Alabama to Atlanta is like 30 minutes. It's so short.
I mean, I can make that drive in like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, like you go up, you go down. And I'm so mad because if I would have just known about it, I just would have rode with you to Atlanta, and then you could have just dropped me off at the airport. Like, they just like didn't tell us until way late. So we land, and when we land, I think we had 10 minutes till my flight was supposed to take off. No, 15. And usually they close the doors 15 minutes before boarding, or maybe it was 20. It was like enough where there was a slight possibility of me making it. And then we got stuck on the tarmac. And I was so mad. Because I had classes the next day and I was going to have to miss them. And like, our school is not light on you missing classes. Like, it's not an easy, like, out and on points and like professors get mad at you. It's a whole thing. And then Garrett had like 30 minutes. So he was kind of chilling once we actually got off the plane. No, it was 15 minutes till my plane took off once we actually got through, but it was like 40 minutes when we landed on the tarmac. So I was like, sweet, I'm going to have more than enough time. So we just each pick up our suitcase and we're just booking it through the airport, like full on NFL running back style. Like, I almost knocked over an old lady at one point, ain't gonna lie, because I was just booking it. And then I got to my gate and apparently like I missed it by like 3 minutes, and I was like so mad. But Garrett got to his gate right as the door was closing, or the door had closed like 30 seconds before, and he convinced him to open it and let him on. So Garrett barely made it back home in time. But I was stuck there, and then there was no other flights out that day. Like, the earliest I could get was like 9 a.m. the next morning. So I had to go and like do the whole rigmarole of like getting a hotel room through the people, and then I didn't even get back to the hotel until like midnight because they give you meal vouchers. But it's the dumbest thing ever on how they do the meal vouchers, because it's two $10 meal vouchers and you can't combine them. So like, I literally used one meal voucher on getting fries, and then the other one on getting like, I don't even know, I think I went to Shake Shack, and all that they had was this like chicken burger that they were still making. So I just got that, got back to my hotel room at like 1, didn't fall asleep till 1:30, and then I had to wake up at 4:30 to make it back to the airport in time for my flight.
Where was your hotel? Was it not connected to the airport?
No, I had to wait for like a shuttle, so I was just waiting for the shuttle, and I would like see this dude as a pilot, and then I'm like he has this pilot uniform on, so I'm like, okay, this guy probably knows what the heck is going on. So I walk up to him, I'm like, yo, when does my shuttle come, or like, where do I go for this? And like, he helped me out with it. So we struck up a conversation. He's actually a super nice guy. So me and him kind of just chilled there for a bit until the shuttle came, and then there was the Sunday night football game on that night. So me and the dude in the shuttle, it was just like me and like 10 strangers in a white van heading to like, they're just dropping us off at all these hotels. And I'm just watching the football game on my phone. And then the guy next to me is like, I can tell that he's watching it. So we start talking about like fantasy football and stuff. And then the game was my roommate's team, who's the Lions, which for those of you that know football is in the same, like, we're like big rivals, Packers and Lions. So I was like rooting so hard for them to lose. And then I like started talking to the desk attendant about it at the hotel when I checked in, and I explained the full NFL overtime rules to him. And it was just like, what is going on with my life right now, where I'm at 12:30 on a Monday morning, like 12:30 a.m., explaining that to the desk attendant at some like Hilton in Atlanta when I'm supposed to be sleeping in my dorm. And then it was one of the more like, I was so mad in the moment throughout a lot of it, but it was just such like a fun,
it just sounds really like zany, just like really just wacky.
Mm-hmm. It was just a crazy like 7 hours of my life. Like, I slept 3 hours, slept the entire plane. And then this is the craziest part. I landed, so my class schedule for that day goes 9:25, 10:50, and then I have a break, and then I have a 1:40, and then I have a 3:05. So I have 4 classes on that day. I land, and it's 9:25, so I've already missed that class. My friend gets me from the airport, drops me off at my dorm at like 10:30, 10:35, so I have 5 minutes to just get all my books together and stuff, and then I go to class. Like, I go to my 10:50, and then I like fight demons to stay awake in between my 10:50 and my 1:40, and like my 1:40 and 3:05, and then I just crash after that. I was so tired, but it was a fun time looking back on it, but would not wish that on anyone. But it was fun.
what's funny is on my way home I bought the Lego Republic gunship from coming home from Caleb's wedding.
That would have been so much fun too, because like that's like one of my most wanted sets.
Oh
is to,
yeah,
like,
I love that set.
to be
Hey,
there with
I
you
gotta
would be
ask
a
you
lot
about
of fun.
something. Am I crazy,
Mhm.
or did you go to Whoppy Bricks' store at some point?
I did.
Was that right before Brick
That
Fair?
was right before Brick Fair because I have a lot of family who lives in the upper Midwest, and their Wappy Bricks is located in Wisconsin. For those of you who don't know, it's like a bricks and minifigs, but they actually price things well and have a decent inventory. I'm saying as somebody who's worked at 2 bricks and minifigs, but we stopped there along the way because we have family actually like right next to where Wappy Bricks is. So we just stopped there on the way.
Dang.
I picked up an old indie set, the old Temple Escape, not Temple Escape,
Dude,
the Tomb Escape
you
set.
want to talk
And
about
that's actually a great set.
you want to talk about stuff we've done? I built the original Temple, or I built the canceled Temple of Doom set since in the last 4 months.
Oh yeah, because you showed that in your video.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of that?
Dude, I was really excited, started building it, hated it, finished it, loved it.
I'm actually going into when those pictures got leaked, because like the 4 stats all got leaked when you guys were at Atlanta BrickCon 2023.
Mm-hmm. How do you know that?
And
Aiden? Is it by any chance watching my retrospective?
I actually don't remember you talking about that.
Oh, well, I did.
Did you talk about that?
Yeah, I
just
mentioned.
remember
I mentioned I
because
was actually at a Lego convention when they got leaked.
I just remember because I had just moved back home when they got leaked, because you guys were because Atlanta BrickCon was on my birthday that year.
Yeah.
So you guys were all there on my birthday, and I was just like back home, and I was like, dang it, I wish I would have gone. But I remember them getting leaked, and I remember saying in the group chat that the Temple of Doom was the one I was the most excited for. And Ethan just hated on it.
Dude,
like
Ethan
crazy.
hated on all of them, and I was like, Ethan, shut up.
Yeah.
No one likes you.
He ended up buying the tomb, right?
Yeah,
that's
he
it?
said he actually likes it.
Well, it's a fantastic set, so that makes sense.
Temple of Doom,
Although
though,
with Ethan, you never know.
great set. It's very sad that it got canceled, but you know, if it was anything like the mock, I think it's a fantastic set. I love it.
This is actually so funny. I'm looking, so I just searched Temple of Doom in my text messages, and on August 15th, 2022, in our group chat, Ethan said, "Excited they aren't holding back with a Temple of Doom set." Little did he know. That's so funny, actually.
It's a canon event.
So it got leaked in 23 then?
Early. Well, the rumors for the sets came out in 22. The actual leaked images came out early 23.
I remember exactly where I was when the rumors got leaked.
It was my
was
birthday, and I was very excited.
Really? That's actually so...
It was my birthday, and it's the greatest birthday gift I'd ever been given, was the confirmation that we were getting new Lego Indiana Jones sets.
That's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a Qdoba in Nebraska. So
That's
mine's not as cool as yours, but that's where I was.
Yeah, I was in
trying to find-
Savannah, Georgia. I was about to, you know what? This is gonna get TMI, but I remember the exact place I was. I was in Savannah, Georgia, with 2 or 3 of my other friends because we were visiting my grandparents for my birthday. Because there was a wrestling event down there, and going down there is just fun, anyways. And I was about to shower because I had just came in from the pool, and I opened up Instagram right before I got in, and I saw that the Indiana Jones rumor had struck. And I was just so excited. And I took a shower, and I was all giddy. I was like, oh my god, we're getting new Indiana Jones sets.
So you know how you said that you liked the tomb?
Mm-hmm.
After Ethan sent the pictures to the chat, I have a text of you saying tomb is mid.
Well, I can be wrong.
Fair enough. Anyways, what were we even talking about when we got onto this bunny trail?
I don't even know. Just stuff we've been doing.
Yeah. Have you bought any Lego other than the Republic gunship that you talked about?
Yeah, I bought a few
since-
sets. So
since we
the
last
temple,
talked?
I bought the Temple of Doom. Kind of, I built it. I got the Republic gunship. I got a modern Lego set, which is crazy, and I think it's a really good set. Ironically.
What is it?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember if I got anything else. Hold on. I think that might be it. I think that might be everything that I've gotten. So the modern
Temple
Lego
of
set,
Doom, the gunship, and what was the other one?
the modern Lego set I've gotten was the Tantive 4 hallway,
Okay.
and I got it.
I remember
for
us
free.
talking about that one a lot.
Yeah, I got it for
Really?
free.
Okay.
And I decided to just open it. You know, I was bored and wanted to build something, and it's also a set I'd always wanted as a kid. So it's a pretty good set. Pretty good. I think it should be probably about 45, not 55, but
Yep.
it's a good set.
That's my big problem is the price. But it's on sale like 45 everywhere you go now.
Yeah,
so.
great figs. Yeah.
I just don't like the new Stormtroopers, and I just can't get past that.
I put old Stormtroopers on the set. I just threw the new ones in a bin.
Oh, okay.
But I really like the set. It's really cool. I don't really have much else to comment on it, but see, I don't hate all modern Lego.
So I'm actually coming around on modern Lego a lot recently. So my roommates, at least two of them, are pretty into Lego this year. Because I have different roommates than last year, and one of them even more than me. Like we went to a Bricks and Minifigs. Well, I don't know if he's into it more, but he's dropping more on it than I will. He has a daily bulge, as we call it, in his dorm. So I'll always mess around with the letters on that. And I think he's just given up and he just keeps it that way now. And then he has the modern TIE Fighter and an X-Wing, like the kind of downscaled ones from a couple years ago. Those are really good, actually. Like seeing those in person, I actually like them a lot. And then he's bought 2 Lego movie sets sealed since we started at school this year. And then he bought the Santa sleigh set. Mm-hmm. So, like, he's bought more Lego than I have this entire semester. And then one of my other roommates just got into Lego through the Harry Potter line, because he's like you can connect all of them. So I gave him one of those, and then he went out and bought one. So that's actually been a lot of fun, and like they like modern Lego and see absolutely no problem with it. So it's actually been really fun to see that side of it. And then also like everybody at my school loves Dungeons and Dragons CMF for some reason. Like I don't think it's a bad CMF or like anything, but like for some reason that's just a thing that like everybody has right now. Like last year, everybody had the ATTE walker when I'd walk in the dorms. And then I have one friend who he has every Speed Champions set ever released in his dorm. It's just like in his kitchen when you walk in. And then, I need to talk about when Garrett and Lee came out and visited me at my college. We actually need to talk about
how
that
was
sometime.
that?
It was a lot of fun. But I want to finish talking about modern Lego, but then we'll circle around back to that. Because I remember they walked into that room and Lee just started talking to my friend Drew about how expensive parts were on all the sets and stuff. And it was just like a crazy crossover. I'm like, what is going on right now? But because of that, like a lot of people, just everyday people at college, like when they buy a Lego set, they're going to go to Walmart or the Lego store or something. Like they're not going to be looking on eBay for old stuff. So I've really come to appreciate that stuff more. And also, I've been going through my backlog of sets and building them at school because, like, all my roommates are building Lego, so I'm like, okay, I'll just build one of the sets that I've had in my closet for 2 years. So the first one that I built was the Dagobah diorama. Mm-hmm. And let me just say, I actually freaking love that set. Like, I thought it was cool looking, like always, but I didn't think it was going to be that cool. And it was actually so much fun to build. And it's making me, because I have the trash compactor diorama set in my backlog right now, and I was just going to sell that, but I think I'm actually going to build that now because I had so much fun building the diorama. And then I also built the Speed Champions Countach set, the Lamborghini Countach, and that was a lot of fun. I don't build Speed Champions a lot, and there's some crazy techniques in it. Like we had Josh on the podcast in a previous episode, and he said he likes Speed Champions because of like all of the crazy techniques they do, and he's totally right. Like there's just stuff you like never see in other themes, like Star Wars or something like that, unless you go to Speed Champions. Like it's just some of the best techniques in a set. And then I finally built my Tron Legacy set that I had sealed.
Oh,
and I'm a little actually disappointed about it. Like it was not that fun of a build, and low-key I don't think it's that cool of a display piece. I love the minifigures though. Like the minifigures are so cool, and the little disc pieces that they give them is super cool. And then I actually also grabbed an older set from my house, 2009 Indiana Jones set, The Venice Canal Chase.
Woo!
And I built that in my dorm. And you've always hyped it up as like a 5 out of 5 set. I don't know if I'd go that far.
That's crazy. It's a 5 out of 5 set.
I think it's a good set. I think it's actually a very good set. I don't think it's a perfect set. Like the boats are fun and you can like stage some fun things. I also just like it's not like my favorite scene ever, like in an Indiana Jones. Like it's a great scene, but it's not like top 3 or anything, so that might be affecting that. I also just never wanted it as a kid. Like that's one of the few ones as a kid I just never wanted for some reason.
No, I didn't want it as a kid either. That's why I always call it like a hidden gem. Is because it's just a set you wouldn't think you would even care about or like. Because like I mean I like the scene in the movie, but it's not even in the top 10 of like iconic scenes from the films. But I love that set so much.
Yeah, like I wonder if that's one that just like nobody wanted as a kid even. Like I just like don't see that being super appealing to kids unless they love boats. Like for Indiana Jones, it's like the whip and like the whole adventure side, like the Cairo set, the Tomb set, the Escape set, and then like cool vehicles like the plane and then the truck chase. Like I just don't feel like it's a very unique addition to the Indiana Jones, and it definitely stands out from the other ones a lot, and I appreciate it for that a lot. Mm-hmm. But there's like I would choose at least 6 sets over it in a heartbeat from the line, but I still think it's good. I don't think it's anywhere near the best of the line though. But I know you have different feelings about that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I want to hear. Oh, by the way, I forgot. There's actually a few sets since we last recorded that I also have gotten. The pirate ship I got at Brick Fair, the 2009 Brickbeard's pirate ship.
Did you build it?
I did.
What do you think?
I don't really like it.
Really?
The more okay, listen, I'm gonna do a Pirates 2009 retrospective, but like, it's gonna be one of my more negative videos, to be honest.
Really?
I think
you were really excited for that one.
I think
that's actually really sad.
I think that video will be very interesting. Let's just put it that way. I think that video will be very interesting. Oh, I got a few SpongeBob sets as well. I got the 2009 Krusty Krab, which is not a good set. I hate that set, but I had to get it. I got another SpongeBob set, which I don't like, and I hate it. But they're still fun to get. And then I also got the set that I do love, which is the Red Republic Cruiser, which was partially a gift from Colt Christensen and Rich Boy J. So,
are you ever going to make the video on that?
I will at some point. Probably soon, to be honest.
Okay.
You should make Lego videos. It's so much fun.
If I didn't live in a college dorm, I would.
Hey, a lot of people have been telling me to do the Pirates of the Caribbean retrospective, so.
Well, you don't have those sets, so I don't.
I can get them.
And I ain't giving you them, so.
Yeah, you will. So, Garrett and Lee came down for the concert, and I'm not. No offense, but I'm not interested in the concert. But like, how was that? Like, what was the vibe?
So, my school has Fridays off, so they came in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the concert was on a Friday night. So they came in, and like I went and showed them like, do you know what Red Rocks is?
Familiar, but no.
It's like one of the things Colorado is the most famous for. It's like the most famous music venue in all of America, probably. So I went and showed them that because it's a music venue, literally just carved it like into rocks. And it's just like perfect sound and everything, and it's like huge. So I went and showed him that. Lee thought it was in Utah, actually. So we made fun of him a lot on that trip for that. And then we went to the concert Friday night, and then Max actually came and pulled up. So Max is another person from the whole Empire Lug gang, and he goes to school like 40 minutes from my school. So we texted him, and we're like, yo, like, we're going to the concert if you want to come. So we bought a ticket like day of for like $20, and Lee was mad because we spent like $70 for our tickets, but it's whatever. And then the next day I had a volleyball tournament, so I was like, hey guys, I'm not gonna be able to hang out with you. So they got a rental car and then actually came to some of my volleyball games, and that was really weird because like that's just something that's so separate from like the whole Lego thing for me. It's like when I'd like be finished with like a set or a play, and then I'd look over and just see Garrett and Lee, I'm like, what is going on right now? This just doesn't feel real. And like Garrett loves volleyball a ton, and then Lee has fun with it too. Like we went to a volleyball game at Atlanta BrickCon with Ryan and Rod, and just had a ton of fun with that. So it's kind of like become the volleyball squad in a weird way. But another thing that was weird is like they came out for the concert on Friday, and then like the concert was like done. Like it was just like done, and they were like, okay, that was like the main reason of the trip, and now it's just done. So that was just like kind of a weird. It was just like weird. Like it wasn't a good or a bad thing. It was just like, oh, the thing that like we set out to do on this trip is just done now, and we have 2 more days left. So they went to like 2 games, and then went and did other stuff with Max. Went up to Boulder. I had a crap ton of homework that night, so I couldn't do anything. But then the next day, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Went ahead and watched some football. Lee watched some Formula One, and then I took him to like a mountain town, and we got like food there. It was just like a lot of fun, like the whole time. It was just also like I'm sure you feel this way whenever like people come out to visit you or like go to Atlanta BrickCon. But it was weird to like be a tourist in my hometown. It's just like a really unique way to experience everything.
I don't really get that, to be honest.
Really, what do you mean by that?
Well, like, I mean, what do you mean tourist in your hometown? Like,
well, usually I'm like, all right, so I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to classes, and then I maybe watch a movie or play video games at night when I get back, and maybe have volleyball practice, and then I'm done. And then, like, when you have people here, it's like, okay, we need to entertain these people. Like, what is there to do around here? Because, like, the stuff that, like, your town is known for or, like, that people do is, like, not actually what you do on an everyday basis. So it was, like, trying to, like, find things of, like, oh, I guess this would actually be cool to somebody who doesn't live here. And, like, getting to experience stuff that was just so normal to me also. Like, in an entirely different way. Like, it's just normal to me to be in a grocery store parking lot and, like, look out and see, like, huge mountains. Like, that's just normal to me. But like whenever people come visit me, it's like insane to them. So just like stuff like that, that's kind of fun to like experience your hometown through the eyes of somebody who's never been there before, and then also like go and try to find things in your hometown that like you don't do on an everyday basis. Because like if I just took somebody along with my everyday life, it would be kind of boring. Like in all honesty, like I don't do anything insane on my everyday life. Like there's fun events every once in a while and stuff. But it's usually just a normal day in a normal dude's life. Like, it's nothing crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, so for me, like, like I haven't had many people visit me. Like, Ethan's stopped by, and you have visited me once. But, like, both of those times, I mean, I have the ultimate trump card of what we can go do. Since, you know, most time I'm having Lego fans over. And that is go to, like, the Atlanta BrickCon, because like you can go there and spend easily like 3 hours in there, and then when you're there, you're also going to eat out with one of the people that work there and hang out with and talk to them. So I don't know. I never really had to feel like a tourist in my own town.
That's true. I guess it's like a little different in that way, but like even like when I was talking to you and Jillian was talking about like how she like devised a whole plan for her friends to like go see all of the shooting locations from all of the Marvel movies and like Stranger Things stuff. Like we were gonna go see the Stranger Things locations just never ended up doing that. So I guess we never really did anything touristy. Like actually I kind of had a lot of fun on that trip because it was kind of just like I don't think that was your normal everyday life, but we went to Atlanta BrickCon, we hung out at your house, and we went to the movie theater and we went out to meals. Like that's kind of just like a nice, chill, fun version of life. It's nothing crazy. So I think that might be one of the reasons it was a ton of fun.
I mean, it was a great time. It's if I rank that with conventions, it would be in my top 3 favorite, like, Lego things.
Yeah. It's just like a more unique experience, too, than conventions and stuff.
Yeah. But, I'm happy you had fun with Lee and Garrett.
Yeah, it was, and what's crazy is like I had seen them in October for the wedding. Wait, am I getting this right? No, I'd seen them in August for the con, September for the wedding,
and then
October they came out here. So this is actually the first month I haven't seen them since June. No, since July. Yeah, since then. So like, I just went 3 months in a row seeing them, and it was just like kind of normal, just like hanging out with them. It was kind of fun. But yeah, I kind of like am wanting to like have these Lego friendships just like blossom into like less of a, hey, we show up at a convention every year and then we just hang out. Like, I kind of want it now, and I think it is kind of naturally progressing in this way, especially if our like friends, of just like, hey, let's just hang out and like let's go do something. And I actually wonder if that will replace cons at some point, especially as we get older.
I was super close to flying out to Houston recently, like this month. And I don't remember why I didn't do it, but I was going to go visit Ethan and Jay.
That would have been fun.
I know, I regret not doing it, but it is what it is. But
you and Ethan need to come out to Colorado. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
You're not going. So you're not going to Atlanta BrickCon, right?
Oh yeah, I actually didn't know if I told you that. So my school, for every single year for the last 15 years, they'll take a team of like 6 to 12 students to the Super Bowl to go ahead and like, for the whole week leading up to it, you'll just like go and interview players and stuff. You have to like go and send in an application for it. And one of my friends this year texted me that he was doing it, so I was like, all right, I'll just send in an application. Who knows? And then I got an email that I got waitlisted, so I was like, oh, it's probably not gonna happen. And then like 2 weeks ago, I got a text from the guy who runs it. He's like, hey, if you want in, you're in. So I was like, yeah, of course I have to take this. Now it's kind of like a lot of money. So I don't know where I'm going to come up with that. But what sucks is that it's also the same weekend as Atlanta BrickCon. So that unfortunately is not going to be happening this year, barring anything crazy happening with the Super Bowl trip. So yeah, I was looking forward to it this year. And like the Super Bowl trip is still going to be a ton of fun and a crazy experience. And like career-wise, it trumps conventions every single time. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of things I'd pick over this, because I do want to go into like sort of media role in some way, possibly in the future. So this could open a lot of doors for that. But I'm super pumped about it, but also like a little sad that Atlanta BrickCon's probably not going to happen this year. Who knows about next year? But yeah, it does make me want to just come out to Atlanta again sometime in the next year, though, like in kind of what we did back in 2023. Yeah. Well, I guess that's about it that I have as far as what's happened between this podcast and the last one, which is quite a large amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we covered a lot. I hope this wasn't boring for people listening, because I know it was just a lot of, just a lot of talking about our personal lives, not all of it relating to Lego, but,
yeah, there's some fun stories in there, though.
I guess that just about wraps up this episode of Where Are My Studs? I guess just to kind of get a vibe of what maybe the next few episodes will be. I can't make any guarantees that we're going to be back completely consistently. That likely won't happen till the summer, but we'll at least get a few episodes out, maybe 3 or 4 episodes out here. And we'll return to more traditional, talking about a topic, maybe having a few guests on, and crapping on modern Lego as we do.
Maybe not as much anymore, though. Who knows?
Maybe a little less. But yeah, if you like this, please listen to the previous episodes, and if you already listened to them, do it again. But I guess we gotta go. Yeah.
Bye-bye.